Amerigo Vespucci was born on March 9, 1451 in Florence. Because of his parents, he was born into the cultural elite of the city. His father was a notary in Florence, and his parents were good friends with the Medici family, who were very wealthy bankers in Florence. While his brothers were attending the University of Pisa in Tuscany, Vespucci received his education from his uncle, who was a Dominican friar. Vespucci got his first job in his early 20s working for his other uncle, Guido Antonio, the ambassador of Florence, on a diplomatic mission in Paris. This mission sparked his interest in travel and exploration. Later on, his father pressured him to embark in business endeavors in Florence. Moving on from there, he worked in a baking business in Seville, Spain, where he formed a partnership with a man named Gianetto Berardi, who also happened to be from Florence. Vespucci became a naturalized citizen of Spain in 1505. Once Vespucci's business began to struggle with its profits, he was informed that King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella of Spain were willing to fund voyages. Through his work, he dealt with merchants who supplied Christopher Columbus on some of his voyages. Vespucci got the opportunity to meet Columbus in Spain after Columbus returned from his voyage to America. His conversation with Columbus furthered his interest in exploration and seeing the world. While spending some time working for the Medici family, Vespucci learned that some explorers were searching for a northwest passage through the Indies. Excited by this new information, Vespucci left his dwindling business behind to follow his dream of becoming an explorer.
From what distant part of the earth did your ship arrive from?
Me and my crew have been sailing in the East Indies for 11 wretched months. The weather was disastrous, and the Muslims and Europeans taxed us severely for sailing through their waters.
Well, if I can find a short, easy way to the East Indies, I shall become an amazing explorer. I should go to King Ferdinand right away and begin my journey as soon as possible, so people like you don't have to suffer, sailor.
Your Majesty, can I go on a voyage to the East Indies?
Of course you may.
Thank you, thank you.
What's that I see? It's land. We have reached the opulent riches of Asia.
But the strange inhabitants of this island resemble nothing of those of the East Indies. They're barely wearing any clothing, and the fierce look in their eyes resemble those of feral animals.
Man, gather your courage. We must greet these people whether they're hostile or not, for they seem to possess valuable riches. Greetings. We are adventurers in Portugal seeking to trade with you.
We will gladly exchange our goods for your exotic gifts.
Thank you.
These people have neither king nor lord, nor do they yield obedience to anyone, for they live in their own liberty. They have no judicial system, nor do they punish the ill-doer. Nor does the father, nor does the mother chastise the children, and marvelously, or never did we see any dispute among them. In their conversation they appear simple, and they are very cunning and acute in that which concerns them. They speak little and in a low tone.
Oh, look! It is land I see! Man, let's not waste any time. We have exploring to do. Sir, there are signs that people inhabit this island.
Let's just hope they want to be our friends and not our enemies.
We shall break here. Keep your swords ready and your eyes open.
Yes, sir.
Wait, are those human bones? Do you think these people could be cannibals?
They must be. Why else would they have so many bones just lying around?
What savages!
Hello, we are explorers from Europe.
We have heard about you white men from across the sea. Perhaps you could become allies.
Why, of course.
Would you like some food? You must be famished.
We can get you some fish if needed.
Why, thank you, but that is unnecessary. We must be on our way soon.
Farewell.
July 18th, 1500. Most excellent and dear Lord, it's a long time since I have written to your excellency. We saw signs that the inland parts of the country were inhabited. When we arrived, we saw on the seashore a great many people who stood looking at us with astonishment. With great exertion, by means of signs, we reassured them and found out they were a race called cannibals, the greater part of all of whom lived on human flesh. Still, they are a people of gentle disposition and fine stature, of great activity and much courage. They were such kind people and treated us so.
Hello, you're just taking a break. Mayhap we can share this piece of land for a while.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Why ever not? Can we not be friends?
We have no need of your friendship. Leave now, or I fear there will be a brawl.
Men, what say you? You ready for a little fighting?
Sir, mayhap that not be a good idea. We are greatly outnumbered.
Nay, we shall win. I am aching for a fight. Let them feel the wraths of our swords. They know not the consequences that our sword will bring. Ah, there, did I not tell you that we would emerge victorious? Let us make camp.
Alonzo, it has been nice traveling with you. However, it is time for me and my men to go off on our own. Farewell, and may you return to Europe safely.
As to you, Amerigo.
We were absent 13 months on this voyage, exposing ourselves to awful dangers, discovering a very large country of Asia, and a great many islands. We discovered immense regions, saw a vast number of people, all naked, and speaking various languages, numerous wild animals, various kinds of birds, and an infinite quantity of trees. Having sailed 700 leagues or more, our ships became leaky. Once we refitted them, we sailed back to Cadiz.
After Amerigo Vespucci's second voyage, his explorations were no longer funded by King Ferdinand of Spain. His third voyage was in service of King Manuel of Portugal.
Throughout this last voyage, my health has been plagued with various maladies. I feel like I am no longer able to lead voyages. That's why I'm asking you, Amerigo Vespucci, to take my place as the leader of this voyage. Do not fail me!
Don't worry, Commander. I'll lead this voyage to the best of my ability.
I wish you a safe and bountiful journey, Vespicci. You must not forget the primary reason as to why I have funded this voyage and why you are a part of it. It is your duty, Vespicci, to find out if Brazil is its own mainland or whether it is merely a part of Asia. In order to do this, you must sail far down the coast of Brazil. Whether we obtain numerous riches relies on the discoveries that you make. Do not fail me, King Manuel, patron.
Straight ahead!
We must send 3 men to inform the natives of the doctrines of Christianity.
What savages! We must depart from these wild beasts at once! That we have sailed across are some of the most peculiar and unique that I've ever laid my eyes upon.
That I think we could all agree on. However, none of the landmarks that we have passed resemble those of the coastlines of Asia.
Precisely. The coastline of the New World that we have come to know resembles nothing of those described by Marco Polo centuries ago. Therefore, there's no way we're in Asia. In fact, I think we're in a different continent altogether.
We should sail back immediately to inform King Manuel of our revolutionary discovery.
Yeah, Vespicci!
Woo!
At last, I have come home. Sir, I have discovered that the lands that me and my crew explored are not a part of Asia, but a new continent of their own.
I commend you, Vespicci. I think you should start another voyage given the fact that this one went so well. Maybe you can find a strait through the new continent so we can reach India.
Of course. I shall embark right away.
Vespicci!
What is it?
There's a storm coming. We must return to Europe immediately.
But we have to find the strait.
Finding the strait is not worth your life. We must go now.
You know what? I think you're right. Men, we're going back. I'm sorry, King Manuel. Our voyage was a failure. Me and my men couldn't discover any new land.
That's okay, Vespicci. You have already proven yourself as a worthy explorer. It is my honor to award you the title of Chief Navigator of Spain.
Thank you. I'll never fail you again.
You will train young new navigators and lead the gather of information on the new world.
Of course, it is my pleasure.
Now that it's been discovered that this continent is not the East Indies and is actually a completely new world, I'm unsure of what to name it.
Well, since Amerigo Vespicci discovered it wasn't a part of the East Indies, let's name it America in his honor.
That's a great idea.